Hey guys, Yusuf is back for another war video. This is season 37, war number 5. We're up against space this time. Currently, my streak for Deathless is 9, and my Dreaming Countdown is down to 109. So, still continuing to work on that, and hopefully, we'll pass that in the next couple of seasons. Anyway, I have 6 fights this war. Path 1, Section 1, Mini Node 20, that Guardian, Mini Node 22, which is a pretty cool fight against Kitty, Node 26 against Mephisto, and then Path 9, Section 2. So quite a few fights. I do have a few thing fights that I may just speed through because they're pretty much all the same fight. You can see here that I'm boosting really heavily. This season for Loki is pushing, and we do definitely want to make it into Masters. We've had a pretty good start to the season. We're 5-0 currently, and we want to keep it going. We are a little nervous about some of the wars that we're going to face in the second half of the season. We are starting to climb back up through Tier 1, so we're going to start meeting some pretty tough opponents pretty soon. Anyway, this first node is Node 13. It's Magneto. It's got Reinvigorated and Masochism. This is a great node for Thing because whenever Magneto gets Reinvigorated, he pops a Fury and increases his attack, which then results in me getting protection. So Thing, this is a great battle. I did speed it up. You can see here that it did take quite a little bit of time, but as long as you don't mess up, you're going to get through the fight, no problem. I did pop my special 3s, try to get him down a little bit further. With Magneto, it's always really difficult to find an opening past his Unstoppable Heavy, but I eventually do make it through. All right, next fight is Node 20. This is against Guardian. I am going to use Thing again because it does have Strike Counter Fury, which again is a great fight for Thing. So this fight, all I'm going to do is hit into him. I'm not going to launch any specials. He is one of the conduit defenders. So you see here, just speeding through, and the whole key to it is making sure to extinguish one of your strike counters and then have him build up Furies as much as possible. Again, I don't lose too much health off this fight. Again, this is a great path for a Thing. Okay, so 2 fights down, two thing fights. Now this next fight is actually pretty cool. It's Node 22. It's Hazard Shift, Shock and Incinerate. I'm bringing in for the first time my infamous Iron Man, and I've seen people use him in war before. I've never used him, but he is fantastic against Kitty and anybody that's pop prowesses. So you're going to see here, I'm not going to lose any health whatsoever. I'm going to shock her. I don't. Infamous Iron Man doesn't have any crits all on his basic attacks, so she's not going to be gaining any prowess that way. I'm just going to parry her, and I'm going to use my my Aura of Iron Shock. We'll launch a special 1 and then a special 2, and she just absolutely melts. You see, she never goes as phased, so she is absolutely simple on this path. So way to go for Clown to pick up infamous Iron Man to use against this fight. Really happy about it. Alright, so pretty soon you guys are going to see me parry, and then I'm going to launch a special 2, and she's done. So great fight. I can't wait to use him more in these in war. He's just an absolute pleasure to play with. I know he's not as powerful as Nimrod or sometimes the Mega Sentinel, but man, he's a lot of fun. All right, so Node 26. This is against Mephisto. I did have my boy PWF place a guidance on for this path. I am going to use Thing again, and I am going to speed through this path again because again, it's pretty much hit him as hard and fast as you can while avoiding his Incinerate phase. It's just absolutely simple. I am not going to knock him down because he is one of those conduit defenders, but again, you really don't need to in this fight. I am noticing that I am playing Thing quite a bit more this season. I just think it has to do with the Conduit Defender too. He doesn't need to knock people down. He's very his immunities are fantastic. The shock and bleed immunities, so he makes it really perfect for this path. All right, so Ebony Maw on this node. It's got Hazard Shift, Shock and Bleed, which I'm immune to, and One Eyed Open. Now, there is an interaction on here that I'm a little bit curious about, and if anybody wants to explain it in the comments, please do. So I parry him, and then I throw my heavy. Now, I was expecting, because of One Eyed Open, to get that damage reflected back to me, but I didn't get any damage reflected back to me, and I don't necessarily know why. I'm wondering if it was because like the parry ended when I actually when I finished the heavy attack. I don't know, but it's awfully curious. If anybody knows, just let me know in the comments. It'd be fantastic. All right, so now that he's refocused, and I'm gonna have to avoid the damage. And this fight goes really simple. You're going to see towards the end of it, I know that I'm going to kill him with my special 2 and push him to a special 3. But again, it's not a problem. Alright, so now I got my special 2. I'm going to launch it, push him to a special 3, but he's already dead. Alright, so great fight, 94% health. Really not a problem. Alright, so the next fight is against Bishop. This one is also Hazard Shift. It's Shock and Bleed. I'm going to be using CGR for this and nuking him down. I did pop a 150 power back boost. And because he is not immune to Shock, but he is immune to bleed, I'm going to begin my attack when he enters the bleed phase. I do get a little impatient. I do start a little bit before, but I do have some energy resistance on, so the shock is not gonna impact me too much. But key here, you're gonna see me begin a couple judgments here as soon as his shock phase ends. And you can see here I'm getting a little impatient, and I begin before it actually ends. Alright, so I ended it with a medium minute combo and a light combo. I get to my special 2, launch it. I get about 1.5 bars of power back, push him to a special 2. I'm almost to my special 2, and I'm going to launch it again, and he's going to be done. Alright, so really simple fight. Alright, so 6 fights. Everything went perfect. I may have lost maybe 10% of health on each of my fights. Really happy with it. You can see here are my attackers. You can also see the majority of my fights during the season have been Thing, 57%, and a few gallons. And then I'm really happy about using that infamous Iron Man this time too. So fantastic time. All right, so my Dreaming streak is currently at 103. My Deathless streak is at 15. I've had 26 fights this season and only 1 death. That's it for this war. We did winning this war, but again, we're going to start facing some pretty tough opponents in the second half of the season. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully Ford Loki pulls through. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.